Hi, BrenTech here, where tech is made simple. So, if you are using Brave browser, you may well know if we head into our settings and we head over to Shields, we've got a setting block fingerprinting, which is on by default in the browser as far as I'm aware. And browser fingerprinting, in case you were unaware, just a quick recap, is a tracking technique that collects configuration details from your device and web browser, such as your screen resolution, your installed fonts, your operating system, and graphics card data, which, as the name implies, creates a unique digital signature, as in a fingerprint, about you and your device. So that's fingerprinting basically in a nutshell, in case you were unaware. Now, in regards to blocking fingerprinting in the browser, Brave is rolling out a small yet significant change taking place under the hood to better and further better the browser's privacy and security, where Brave has announced that with version 1.93, and that's currently the latest stable release, Brave now masks detailed GPU information exposed through WebGL and WebGPU. Because remember I said, one of the details that fingerprinting can gather about your device is your graphics card data. So that's where this comes in. So it now masks detailed GPU information exposed through WebGL and WebGPU. And as mentioned, the feature is enabled by default across desktop and Android devices using Brave. Now, WebGL and WebGPU, if in case you are unaware, help websites deliver accelerated graphics and interactive experiences. But the only problem is they can also expose information about your graphics hardware, drivers, and supported features. And that means that trackers can combine those details with other signals to create a browser fingerprint. And that GPU information can be especially useful because users, and that GPU information can be especially useful because most people rarely change their graphics hardware, which makes these signals potentially stable across long periods for better fingerprinting, which for a lot of people they don't want. Now, what this change does regarding GPU fingerprinting is what the browser does now. It replaces WebGL and the renderer strings with one generic value. And Brave also removes WebGPU adapter details and then randomizes WebGL extension lists. And Brave says those changes should make it harder for trackers to create reliable identifiers from graphics hardware. Now, Brave says that it tested these protections through its nightly and beta channels before beginning the wider rollout, and says its approach aims to preserve website functionality while reducing the information available to trackers. Now, it is mentioned that if a website does break, you do have the ability to adjust these protections on a per-site basis. So as an example, if we head into Brave Shields, so on any website, you can turn off fingerprinting per website on a website basis. You can disable fingerprinting entirely by turning it off completely in settings under the Shields settings in the browser. Or you can just switch off, for that site, you can switch off the Shields protection altogether. Or in the settings, you can also do that. So at least you've got options if a site does break. So I do think that's great. A nice privacy and security feature, an enhancement taking place under the hood, which is rolling out with version 1.93. So Brave says it's making that GPU fingerprinting harder now with these new privacy protections, and I do think that is a move in the right direction. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.